What's happening right now with the price of Lunar Classic and Bitcoin? That's what we're going to be discussing today, so we can try and figure out what is about to happen next. With that said, nothing in this video is financial advice, and let's jump straight into it. So first of all, we have the Lunar Classic chart here, and we have potentially a descending triangle here, or a descending wedge, whatever you want to call it here, happening right now, which does tend to be more of a bearish pattern, but as you can see, we have actually broken through this. Now, this is on the hourly chart, so this isn't a great indicator. This isn't super intense, right? Because on the lower time frames, these sorts of trends are less trusting in my opinion. But on this lower time frame, we have had a breakout. Watching here for a potential retest could be a nice entry. That sort of move could be a nice entry. If you do want to get ready for your next trade, I do currently have over $12,000 worth of exchange bonuses just down there in my description. So if you fancy it, they're down there. Whatever you want, anything you want there, BitGet, Prime XBT, Binance, BingX, all of those exchanges right there ready for you if you do want to set up your next trade. But this is what I'm seeing forming on the Lunar Classic chart. And like I said, we are watching these levels of support here to see if we do have some consolidation coming in. And we do seem to get a little bit of consolidation happening now on the hourly at around this 0027 mark. So watch that carefully. I'm watching it carefully to see what happens next with the price. Of course, we had this huge breakout here from the news of Binance. And now the price hasn't actually come down as far as I would have thought it would. So things are looking pretty strong for Lunar Classic. And if we do head over to the Bitcoin chart here, we can see that I have been looking and trying to find what's going on right now. And we do potentially have this W formation. So either a double bottom or a W pattern, whatever you guys want to call it. And we do have this descending trend line here that we've been in since up here at the last all-time high, having various number of touch points here, here, and here, and potentially now we are actually gunning for a breakout. Now, if we do get rejected again, of course, we can see some more of these sorts of events heading downwards. But if we do break out of it, this is what we're looking for. So this is what we formed, the W here. If we do get a breakout, we want to break past this neckline. And then what I would look for is a retest of that line. Now, in and around that line, and that could be an option to get into for a long position for Bitcoin. Short-term trading I would do in this position, but we did see this same pattern come in July 2021, so just before we headed to our second all-time high here, just between those marks. So this kind of formed at the bottom of that May to June or July little bottom there, that bearish pattern that we had. And we did have one of them form again way back here in March 2020 when the Ronason news happened. So these are potentially bullish things that are happening for the market. If we do get a bullish move from Bitcoin, I would assume that that would affect Lunar Classic positively here, but of course we have no idea what will really happen next. But these are what I'm looking for, and for some potential short-term trades that I'm paying attention to. Of course, long-term, I'm simply just dollar cost averaging, so if we do fall down lower, I can dollar cost average into my long-term positions like Bitcoin, Ethereum, potentially Lunar Classic if we do lose a lot of steam. I've not been buying any of late because we are still significantly up from where I last bought. So I'm just waiting to see what happens with the price here. If we do head over to CoinMarketCap, we can see on the day up 1%, while the overall market is in fact down 0.2%. So again, outplaying the market, which is nice to see, especially in this bearish market. I am hoping that Bitcoin can gather some steam going into next month, and maybe we can finally see some progress happening in this market. With that said, do stay safe out there. Pay attention to what's happening on Twitter if you do want to stay up to date with everything that's happening with Lunar Classic and the overall market. If you do want to come over and chat to me on Patreon, you can have direct access to me, and I do have a Lunar Classic chat down there. So the links are down there in my description, and I'll see you guys in the next